30 days ago, I had what a lot of people call brain fog, that permanent mental haze, waking up tired, forgetting words mid-sentence, losing my train of thought at 2 p.m. I had tried everything, more coffee, supplements, meditation, cold showers, so I decided to do something radical and a little weird. For 30 days, I ate eggs at every single meal, minimum 4 eggs a day, sometimes 6. And I tracked everything. Blood work before and after, cognitive scores, sleep data, mood. What I found, nobody is talking about this. And that's exactly what we're getting into today. You hear about eggs for weight loss or cholesterol, but the real story is what they do to your brain. And to understand that, you need to know about 2 nutrients found almost exclusively in whole eggs. The first is choline, an essential nutrient for your brain. The second is DHA, an omega-3 fatty acid your brain literally uses as a building material. Let's break both of these down. Choline is a nutrient that 90% of people don't get enough of. Public health studies are very clear on this, and yet your brain depends on it to produce a neurotransmitter called acetylcholine. Acetylcholine is the molecule of focus, working memory, and learning. It's what allows you to pick up a new skill, retain information, and stay locked in for 2 hours without mentally checking out. Here's what's remarkable. A single egg yolk contains around 125 milligrams of choline. If you eat 4 a day like I did, you're hitting 500 milligrams, right in the recommended daily range. From food, no pills. There's also the REM sleep angle. Acetylcholine plays a direct role in the deep sleep stages, the ones where your brain consolidates memories and essentially runs its cleanup cycle. More choline means better REM sleep means you actually wake up rested. I wore a sleep tracking ring for all 30 days. I'll show you the data in a few minutes. Now let's talk about DHA. DHA is a long-chain omega-3 fatty acid. It makes up a significant portion of your neuron membranes. In simple terms, if you don't have enough of it, your neurons communicate less efficiently. Full stop. But here's what most people don't know. DHA has a calming effect on the brain, not sedating, but genuinely calming. It stimulates the frontal lobe, the part of your brain responsible for emotional regulation, stress management, and suppressing anxiety responses. DHA supports normal function by giving the brain what it's actually made of. So where do you get DHA from food? Fatty fish? Yes. Fish oil capsules? Yes. But 5 eggs from pasture-raised hens give you around 600 milligrams of DHA per day. That's all you need, no capsule, just breakfast, and now, my results. The question I get every time, how many eggs per day? Here's my straightforward answer. Average-sized person, mostly sedentary, 3 to 4 eggs per day. Active person, regular exercise, 4 to 6 eggs per day. Strength training or intense recovery goals, up to 8 eggs per day. What matters more than the number is including the yolk, always the yolk. Egg whites alone give you 0 choline, 0 DHA, no carotenoids, no vitamin K2. The yolk is where 90% of the nutrition lives. And powdered eggs, liquid egg products, egg substitutes in a carton? Hard no. 30 days, eggs at every meal. I sleep better, I think more clearly, my brain feels less noisy. Is it entirely the eggs? Honestly, probably not in isolation. I was also more consistent with intermittent fasting, but I'm convinced the eggs played a central role. Here's what I want you to take away. Whole eggs are one of the best sources of choline and DHA. The yolk is non-negotiable. Quality matters. Buy pasture-raised organic when possible. And remember, cook them gently. Stop worrying about total cholesterol. Look at your triglycerides, your HDL, and your fasting insulin. Everything is linked in the description. Subscribe if you want to follow the next experiment. And next week, I'm covering their impact on thyroid function. That one surprised me. See you then. The golden rule, cook gently. The omega-3s in the yolk, the carotenoids, certain vitamins, they degrade under intense heat. An overcooked egg loses a meaningful portion of what makes it valuable. My favorite methods, ranked 1. Soft-boiled or poached. Heat penetrates just enough to set the white, yolk stays runny. Perfect. 2. Low-heat scrambled, cold pan, grass-fed ghee. Gradually bring up the heat, pull them off before the yolk fully sets. Glossy, creamy, never rubbery. 3. Soft-boiled, classic, reliable. 6 minutes, not one more. For cooking fat, grass-fed ghee is my top choice. It contains butyrate, a short-chain fatty acid that improves insulin sensitivity and feeds your gut lining. Double benefit. It's about getting the most out of every single egg you eat.